All right, guys, right now we are live on YouTube. Streaming is definitely something I want to get more into in the new year. It's something I want to continue to try out. We'll be streaming on YouTube, maybe Twitch, whatever. But in this video today, we're going to be going over your guys' top picks for CS2 investing in 2025. We're live. I was asking the chat, what do you guys think are going to be some of the best investments? Where are you guys putting your money? What is going to be your biggest investment for the new year? And we're going to be reviewing those ideas in this video today. So hopefully this should be pretty cool. Today's video is sponsored by my cash trading business. I want to buy your CS2 skins or items for cash, crypto, or any other payment method. I'm always buying pretty much anything and everything for the right price. So if you are looking to turn some of your CS2 items into cold hard cash, hit me up over on Twitter. It's going to be the first link in the description below, and we can probably get a deal done. If that doesn't work for you, you can also hit me up on my business email or on Discord as well, and we can hopefully get something done. Selling to me is an awesome way to help support me, my channel, and my content, and also get you, a safe, effective, and efficient cash out for your items. So one of the ideas that you guys threw in was the gallery case, and for me personally, I completely agree that this is going to be one of the best CS2 investments for 2025. Now, I know that there is a lot of talk about the Armory items and what's going to happen with them or whatever, but again, I have continued to say that the Armory items will be rotated out, that the Armory items will be removed at some point, and if they are, and when they are, that will be a very, very huge time and a very huge moment for the gallery case, because we have already seen what other discontinued cases have done in the past. I mean, this wasn't even something I thought, but we can pull up obviously some of the other discontinued cases. We have like the Riptide case that has just gone insanely crazy since it got removed. This thing was like $1 and now it's up to $7. That is very, very insane returns in like 3 or 4 years. Now, obviously, I do have to caution you and say that things are different in the CS2 investing scene in 2024 and 2025 than they were during the times that we saw all those other discontinued cases. And I don't necessarily think the gallery case will follow the exact same path or have the exact same amount of explosive growth, because obviously there are going to be more gallery cases created and more gallery cases out in circulation than something like Operation Riptide or something like Broken Fang. There's also going to be more people investing in something like the gallery case, more people putting money and holding on to the gallery case than there was for something like Operation Riptide cases or Broken Fang cases or whatever. But I still think the fundamentals on something like the gallery case are absolutely S plus, Z tier, whatever you want to call it. And if and when the gallery case is discontinued and there's no way to create new ones anymore, there's no way to gain new ones, this thing's going to explode. It's going to have a nice little rip right at the beginning, and I think it's just going to slowly increase over time. So I do think the gallery case will become discontinued at some point in 2025. And then I think from then on, it's going to be one of the best investments in all CS2. So for me in 2025, buying gallery cases at $1, at 90 cents, at 80 cents, at 70 cents, whatever, I think those are all going to be amazing opportunities. So this was something you guys had as an idea. This is something that I completely agree on. And I can honestly see the gallery case being one of the places that I put the most money in 2025. And I think it would be a good idea. And obviously, I am also a gallery case enjoyer. We did a gallery case opening previously, and I pulled a Kukri Knife Fade. I spent like $100 on cases and keys, or $120, $150, I don't know, something like that, and I pulled like a $700 or $800 knife. So I'm up massively on these bad boys. So I do, appreciate them a ton, and I see the value in them, and I think they will hopefully continue to increase and stuff. Now, somebody else was saying they are investing in rare cases in general, and they dropped a couple of the names. So they said Prisma 2, Prisma 1, and Danger Zone cases are ones they're looking out for. Now, again, I agree that I think these cases are going to be hopefully pretty good investments in 2025. Obviously, 2024 was a little bit of a weird year for cases. We saw case numbers exploding in 2023. We saw them kind of pulling back in 2024 for like case unboxing numbers and everything. And even right now, towards the end of the year, case unboxing numbers were way down. But that's because we had Shanghai, we had the Armory, and we had cases all going at once. And the fact that the Armory is now going to be permanent and we're always going to have something for people to open and be sinking their money into is probably a bad thing for cases, but I still think overall cases will do quite well. I think, like I said, the fundamentals and the math behind rare cases is just too strong, and some of the ones being unboxed the most are Prisma 2, our Prisma, and our Danger Zone. So like I said, Danger Zone or Prisma 1 was up 5% in 2024. Danger Zone was pretty much flat in 2024. Prisma 2 was down a little bit in 2024. So 2024 was not a great year for these, but I do think they will bounce back strong in 2025. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with them. But I'm not betting against any rare cases in 2025. I don't think they're going to like explode. I don't think you're going to double your money on rare cases in 2025, but I think they'll be consistent growers. I think they'll have nice years. And I think they're one of the best ways to just put your money and hopefully get, it should be pretty consistent market beating returns. Somebody else mentioned the fracture case. Now, the fracture case is definitely an interesting one. This one was down pretty big in 2025, and to me, in 2024, and to me, that's a good thing. Getting these things as cheap as possible is definitely what you want. The fracture case is an active duty case right now. It is actively dropping, and you might think that makes it bad. You might make you think that it's trash, that it's something you should stay away from, whatever. But eventually, this thing is going to be removed from the active duty pool, and I do think it's going to be removed from the active duty pool in 2025. It might be the next case removed from the active duty pool. It might be the second, but we don't know for sure. But either way, I think we're going to get at least 2 new cases in 2025, and I do think that eventually the fracture and the recoil will both be removed. Now, yes, fracture is a case that's been in the game for a long time. It's a case that was in the game during the insane boom in 2023. There's a ton of fracture cases out there, but you can also get these things so cheap. And again, these are more cases where you have an opportunity to take advantage of the nice little price spike they get when they do get removed from that active duty pool. And then in the long run, I think they're just going to slowly appreciate in price. It's going to take a long time. Fracture case is not something that you are going to make a lot of money off quickly, but if you do buy up a ton of them at very low and very good prices, you hold them for 2, 3, 5 years, whatever, I think the fracture case is going to be worth a lot more in 2030 than 30 cents. And again, you can get these for even cheaper on third-party marketplaces, so we'll have to see what happens there. Fracture case, it's not like my number one pick for 2025 or anything like that, but if you guys are saying you think it's a good pick, I do agree with that. I think there's a lot worse places you could put your money than in the fracture case. Now, somebody also asked about the Operation Wildfire case. To me, this is an interesting one. These mid-tier cases had a pretty good year in 2025. This thing was up 16%. I think it's fine. I do own like 500 Operation Wildfire cases. Again, it's not a huge position for me, but I do have some money in these. I think they're fine. I think they're going to do well. Also, I think cases in general are one of the best investments possible in CS2. I think that the best opportunity for cases is the cheap rare cases like Prisma 2, Danger Zone, stuff like that. But I also think some of these mid-tier cases, I think stuff like Revolver and Glove, Operation Wildfire, whatever, just look at what has strong unboxing numbers, look at what has genuine demand, look at, what actually has reasons for people to continue to open it and invest in it and stuff like that. I think those will be the best opportunities and choices for 2025. And hey, Operation Wildfire falls into that category as a fine investment. I'm sure you'll be able to make some money. Again, people made money off this in 2024. 2024 was a down kind of a mid-year for CS2 overall, and people still made 16% off at Operation Wildfire cases. Next up, we had people talking about different items that are currently in the Armory right now. Stuff like the trade-up fodder, the lower tier skins in some of the Armory collection. Somebody asked specifically about the Desert Eagle Tilted, which I believe, is this in the Overpass collection? Yes, it is the highest price industrial grade skin in the Overpass collection. Now, this is something interesting that I will need to dive more into. I'm going to make a full video specifically on what I think will end up being the best investments from the Armory, because I haven't been able to look at the data and everything just yet, but I would assume that stuff like the Desert Eagle Tilted will be a pretty good investment, because this is a decent looking Desert Eagle skin, but it's also going to be so cheap, but it's also going to be trade up fodder as well. These things are eventually going to be discontinued and rotated out of the Armory as well. At least I do believe. So there's so many strong fundamentals for the lowest rarity tier of skins, but also when you have it on something that also has genuine demand like a Desert Eagle, that's just going to be even more reason for this thing to go up and increase in price. So I know that one of these other collections has like an AK that's really low down that I think could be interesting. It's not this one. It's not the graphic design collection. Does Sport and Field collection have an AK low down? That's another reason why I think this like AK-47 olive polycam, to me this one could be interesting as well, because again, it's an AK skin, but it's also very cheap. It's also low down. It's also low rarity. My kind of common sense or intuition would tell me that those are going to end up being pretty strong, pretty good investments. But like I said, I haven't really dove into the numbers too much just yet as well. But I also do think that in general, this sport and field collection, people are always going to be going for the M4 fade. People are always going to be trying to trade up and kind of chain trade ups and stuff like that. So all this stuff down here, this FAMAS half sleeve, this Mag 7 Wildwood, I think this will end up being pretty good. Now, the only reason that I would worry maybe a little bit about the Desert Eagle Tilted or even the M4A1S Wash Me Please or any of these skins in the Overpass 2024 collection was if and when Overpass does get brought back to that active duty pool, we're going to get souvenirs of all these skins, and that will create competition. Now, obviously, souvenir skins you can't trade up. They're not going to be trade up competition or whatever, but it will just mean more of those skins are out there, and it's going to take away some of that advantage that something like the Desert Eagle Tilted will have. Again, an advantage of the Desert Eagle Tilted is that it'll be a cheap play skin that people are actually going to buy, and it's actually going to have some genuine demand. But if we get a bunch of souvenir Desert Eagle Tilteds out there, it's actually going to increase the supply overall. It's going to make it a little bit worse. So I do think in general buying the industrial grade skins from the Armory collections is good, but I do worry about Overpass a little bit because of the fact that we could be getting those souvenir Overpass skins. So that is something to watch out for. That is something to keep in mind. Somebody else said that they were going to be investing in the M4A1S print stream. Now, again, I am generally not a skins investor. I generally don't think skins are that great of investments. I do think the one opportunity that skins can be pretty cool is if you're investing in like your play skins. If you have skins or places where you're just putting money into stuff because you're going to be playing with it anyway. If you really love the M4 print stream and you're going to be using it and you play CS2 a lot and you just want to throw your money into it, this could be pretty strong. The M4A1S print stream went up 8% in 2024. You had an opportunity to buy a really cool, really great, really good looking play skin, play with it, and still make money. That's awesome. But if you are just flat out looking for CS2 investments and the ways to make the most money in the markets, I don't think skins, especially skins like the M4A1S print stream, are necessarily the way to do that. I do love the print stream collection. I'm a big fan of print streams. Desert Eagle print stream I think is amazing. M4 print stream I think is great. I hope we get the AK print stream at some point, but I don't really think skins are that great of investments overall, and I think you will get probably pretty consistent gains. I think skins are very, very low risk, especially very nice, very beautiful skins with high demand. But one, you're always risking a new, better skin coming out. Like, hey, the M4A1S Fade coming out. It's probably not great news for the M4A1S print stream. It's probably taken a lot of demand and price and investment potential away from something like this. But they're also probably not just going to crash overnight. I don't really think it's that bad. But if you look at the graph of this, yes, it did explode in price when CS2 skins in general explode in price. But other than that, it had a nice little upward trend growing. It's kind of been flattened out. Again, if you buy a print stream, will you probably make some money? Yes. Will you probably have market-beating returns by investing in an M4A1S print stream? No. Would I, recommend throwing all of your money into, 1,000 M4A1S print streams? No, probably not. So I think it's a fine investment. I don't think it's a great investment. It's not necessarily something I would be going for. Next up, people are talking about the Desert Eagle Heat Treated. This is one of the most talked about things by everyone right now. And this is going to be so interesting because obviously once so many people start talking about something, sometimes it can become overinvested and sometimes it can become a bad opportunity. And the Desert Eagle Heat Treated is super interesting to me because there's a lot of good and a lot of bad about this thing. There's so much on both sides. There's so many reasons and so many ways why this could be a great investment, and there's so many reasons, so many ways why this could be a pretty terrible investment as well. So that's what I think is so interesting. Needed some water. So the interesting thing to me here is that the Desert Eagle Heat Treated is a limited edition item. At the time that I'm recording this, it's going to be in the game for like 10 or 11 more days. Then we're going to see it being removed, and there will not be any new ways to create this thing. Now, that might instantly seem like it's an amazing investment opportunity, and it might be. That is a very, very strong case, the fact that there will be no more of these created. But the thing here is also, these aren't going to be destroyed. The supply of these is not going to be going down over time. These are not an item that can be traded up. They're not an item that can be deleted or destroyed. And also, you have to keep in mind that the Armory, how you actually get these skins. Yes, you cannot just throw money onto the game and get unlimited of these and get an insane amount or whatever. You actually have to play the game, you have to grind the passes, and then you actually have to redeem for them. But you also have to remember that there is a button you can click that guarantees you to get a Desert Eagle heat treated. It's not like the collections where, to get an M4A1S fade, it's really hard, it's really rare, you have to hit this, super low percentage thing or whatever. Desert Eagle heat treated, you click that button, you're getting a Desert Eagle heat treated. And there's so many of these out there. I know somebody in the chat earlier said there's like 300,000 of them out there. I don't know what the exact numbers are. I don't really care what the exact numbers are that much because it's all kind of meaningless if you don't have context, but just understand there's a ton of these out there. So I don't know. It really is going to depend what the genuine demand for this item is. And the thing to me that also is, I keep waffling, but the thing to me that's bad about the Desert Eagle heat treated is that in general, there is so many trash patterns. The bad ones look so bad. The bad ones almost look like a default Desert Eagle and don't really even look that cool. But the cool ones and the good ones do look pretty good. So obviously, I think one opportunity is to maybe potentially invest in the blue gems, the tier ones, whatever. But also, this guy said, I just realized this was live. That's funny. The good ones, but the thing about the good ones is that they're so pumped up right now, and so many people are pumping the prices and talking about them as this amazing investment. I've seen some people buying the factory new blue gems for $1,300, $1,500, $1,800, whatever, and I'm like, are these going to double in price from that point? I don't know. I don't really know how amazing or how insane of an investment they're going to be. Maybe there were certain times to buy them, a couple weeks ago or a month ago or whatever. But is buying the tier ones at these insanely inflated and pumped up prices a great opportunity? I don't know. There's also another opportunity of, something I've thought about is like buying the battle scarred shit patterns for like $2 that people have forgot about, because I can honestly see those going from like $2 to $5 or $2 to $10, whatever, a lot easier than I can see some of these tier one factory new blue gems going from $1,500 to $3,000 or $4,500 or whatever. So I don't know. This is very, very hard for me. I keep going back and forth. I could see the Desert Eagle heat treated being an insane investment. I see the arguments against it as well, and I don't really know. At the end of the day, I'm so curious to see how the Desert Eagle heat treated is going to perform as an investment in the short and long term. But the thing is, we've seen a limited edition item before, the MP5 Lab Rats or whatever, and obviously it didn't go as insane, but the Desert Eagle heat treated is a much cooler item than that, so I don't think people comparing it to that makes much sense. But also, it's going to depend what kind of new Desert Eagle skins we get, which, again, we already have stuff like the Desert Eagle Print Stream, we already have stuff like the Desert Eagle Blaze, we already have some pretty cool Desert Eagle skins out there. So I don't know. I really don't know. Right now, I own like 15 Desert Eagle heat treated, but they're all battle scarred. I was trying to farm buy orders to pull some blue gems from buy orders to maybe make for a video, but it didn't work out. So far, I've only gotten trash patterns. I don't know. It's super hard for me. What do you think about see your comms? I don't even know what that means. So I don't know. Desert Eagle heat treated is very, very interesting. I'm sure people are going to make money. I don't know if I'm going to even be invested in them. But also, it's also going to depend, what is Valve going to do with the limited edition item slot next? Once this limited edition item is removed, what is Valve going to do with it? Are we going to get some crazy new limited edition item? Are they going to replace it with some non-limited edition item? I don't know. This is really hard for me. I'm going to have to keep thinking about this, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Another thing that people were talking about is the Havoc collection. Now, again, in general, I do think investing in some of these skins from these older tier collections is really good. Is the Havoc collection necessarily my favorite? I don't know. I think there's better opportunities probably than the Havoc collection. I think something like the Control collection, or honestly, I don't even know all the collection names off the top of my head, but Havoc collection, it seems fine. The AK X-Ray is like pretty cool. The Opsilk Tiger is pretty cool, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody said Havoc lacks demand. I do kind of agree with that. I think there's probably better collections. I don't really know why if you're going to go into collection investing or whatever, I don't know why you'd be going for Havoc specifically. It doesn't have the biggest chase skin at the top. It's not, the most insane in that regard. So you're probably just going for like a mid or kind of, below top tier collection if you're investing in Havocs, but I'm sure there's money to be made. I would assume that a lot of these things were very profitable in 2024. Like if we go to the Tech 9 Phoenix Chalk, I've never probably looked at this item ever, but I'm sure seeing increase in price in 2024. It was up 90%. So in general, I think investing in old collections and investing in lower tier skins in old collections is a really underrated thing. And yeah, it seems like, hey, the Havoc collection did well in 2024. I'm sure it's going to do well again in 2025. But I would almost assume or almost be pretty certain that there's going to be another collection that probably outperforms it. But if you really believe in or love in the Havoc collection for whatever reason, sure, you can probably make money off it. I think it's fine. I get it. I see the vision. Next up, somebody asked about the 2021 train collection. I think this one is actually pretty cool and very interesting. This one has a lot of cool stuff at the top. So again, this one to me seems like maybe a place where people are going to be doing trade ups and have more demand than even something like the Havoc collection. You have the USPS Whiteout. I think it's so sick. Love it. Glock 18 Gamma Doppler. So sick. Love it. M4A4 of the Coalition. Don't love it, not that sick, but at least you have two other really, really cool things at the top. You have the pop-up, I think is decent, whatever. You have the R8 Revolver Blaze, it's like okay. So I don't know. These 2021 Train collection, obviously people are speculating here that Train is going to become active duty at some point, and that we will also get a new 2025 Train collection. And if and when that happens, yes, I do think a lot of these Train skins are going to go very, very crazy. And somebody asked about this earlier. Somebody asked, should I sell my Glock 18 Gamma Doppler? This wasn't even something I thought about or considered while talking about that. If the Train 2025 collection does come out, Glock Gamma Dopplers will probably see a price spike or price increase or whatever. So honestly, I would probably just hold on to your Glock 18 Gamma Doppler at this point and try and wait for that nice little price spike or whatever. But Glock 18 Gamma Doppler, super sick. USPS Whiteout, super sick. I could see a ton of these skins doing well. And this could be a time to buy into the R8 Revolver, or the M4A1S Fizzy Pop, or the UMP45 Full Stop. I don't know. We can pull this up real quick and look at like what the UMP45 Full Stop has been doing. UMP Full Stop. I don't know if these things have done well in 2024 or whatever. I would assume they've done okay. Yeah, this thing was up 50% in 2024. Again, some of the best investments of 2024 were literally just investing in collection skins, and it's something that I don't think people are doing enough of. I think it's something that people are really, really missing the boat on. But yeah, this could honestly be a place where maybe I throw a couple $100 or $1,000 into or whatever is some Train collection skins, because yeah, if and when Train does come back and we get a new Train collection, I think these could do well. So I get that. Somebody else was talking about Riptide Surf Shop stickers. There's a guy out there, apparently his name is like Riptide Surf Shop Foil Killer or something, where he's literally going around and finding as many Riptide Surf Shop foils as he can and just scraping them off, which I don't really understand. I think it's funny. I think it's weird. I think it's a crazy thing to be doing, whatever. I get it. But apparently his goal is to destroy as many Riptide Surf Shop foils as he can. But as far as them being an investment, I think they're fine. I think these are okay. I'm not as big of a fan of really any of these. I don't love the Riptide Surf Shop, honestly, as far as like good looking stickers or as far as something that I think has insane craftability or anything like that. I don't really see a lot of the demand or a lot of the kind of value in them. I honestly don't really love a lot of them. Like Miami tier or the tier 6s are like okay. The Opal Flick is like okay, but I don't know. I don't really love as many of these. Like, honestly, if I was going to be going for Riptide stickers, I would be going for the Riptide sticker collection. I don't really see why you'd be going for the Riptide Surf Shop over the Riptide sticker collection, because in here you have Great Wave, Seeing Red, Liquid Fire, Deadeye, just so many cool things that I can actually see why people would want to collect them, why people would want to own them, why people would want to craft with them. And really, at the end of the day, crafting is one of the best things for stickers. If people are using stickers and crafting with them, that's going to be decreasing the supply, that's going to be making them worthwhile. And I don't know, I would just assume going forward in the future that the Riptide sticker collection would outperform the Riptide Surf Shop. I guess the one argument for the Riptide Surf Shop is just how low all the like supplies and stuff are. We can look at like the Doppler Poison Frog, I guess, and see kind of what these things did in 2024. What's another one? We can also look at the Dragon Lore Surf Ava to see what its prices have done. I'm just kind of curious what the 2024. I have no idea what these things did in 2024. Dragon Lore Surf Ava foil. So in 2024, this Doppler Poison Frog foil was up 62%. It's honestly pretty impressive, pretty good, pretty crazy. And we have the Dragon Lore Surf Ava up 18%, which is around market return. So I don't know. It's like I don't really see why you'd craft with any of these. Like, I don't know. I don't really get it. I don't see the things that are as good about them. But if we go to something like the Great Wave foil, like I would rather have my money in this, like truly. And I don't even know what these did in 2024. These were flat. At one point they went up very, very high and then kind of crashed back down. But yeah, I can just see people using these way, 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 way more. What about like the Great Wave Hollow? Let's see. These were down as well. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, like I said, the one good argument for this surf shop is that they could be really, really low supply, and maybe there's some opportunities to make money there. But to me, this isn't one that I understand as much. So I guess I can't have as many thoughts and opinions about it as well. But hey, if you're making money, you're making money, whatever. Somebody else asked about agents in 2025. Now, I think agents are going to be in a very, very interesting spot. Now, some agents specifically did insane in 2024. We had the Sir Bloody Miami Daryl up 137%. Crazy. We had number K. I don't even know. This guy did pretty good. 61%. Crazy. Agents outperformed the market in 2024 for sure. But will they be able to do that again? I don't know. Now, people are asking about agents because one reason agents did so good in 2024 for sure. Also, we just passed 100 live viewers on the stream. That's insane. I did not think we were going to be able to get 100 viewers into the stream at once. So that's very, very exciting. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it a ton. Yeah, if the streams keep doing, this insane, we will definitely have to keep, doing this in 2025. This will be really, really cool. But, so agents did partly so well in 2024 because we didn't get any new agents in 2024. And I do think at some point we will obviously be getting new agents. I could definitely easily see agents being added to the Armory. I think they fit in the slot very, very well. So once new agents come out, that would be pretty bad for a lot of the existing agents, I do believe. I think especially the agents that maybe don't have as much genuine demand. Stuff like Sir Bloody Miami Daryl, stuff like Number K, I think they'll be fine no matter what. They're cool agents. People are always going to like them. But some of the mid to lower tier agents, I think will probably not do as good if new agents come out. We don't know. But if no new agents come out in 2025, I think these things will continue to explode in price and continue to do really, really well. But the fact that we didn't get any new agents in 2024 was a huge thing for agent prices. Also, agents are not consumable. That is generally not a good sign for CS2 investing. The amount of agents that's out there is going to remain out there forever. So that's something I would watch out for as well. But also, the big risk and one of the big questions is people talking about potential agent customization options coming in 2025. Now, agent customization options could either be really, really good for agents or really, really bad for agents. If agent customization is something that allows you to take some shit tier agent that costs $2 and make it look really sick, that's going to be bad for stuff like Sir Bloody Miami Daryl. That's going to be bad for stuff like Number K. But if agent customization allows you to take cool agents and make them even cooler, and stuff like that, that could be really good for agents. So I don't know. There's so much speculation, so much we don't know, so much unknown. And yeah, in 2023 and 2024, I was talking about agents as a really good opportunity because I thought they were too cheap. I thought people were sleeping on them. I thought prices were too low. But guess what? Prices have gone up a fuck ton since then, and I don't think they're too cheap anymore. I think they're probably more fairly priced, if not even a little bit overpriced right now. Some of the prices are so insane. We're getting, so many expensive agents, so many people being priced out of agents altogether. I think agents are cool. I think they were underutilized, undervalued, underinvested in, and now I don't think that's the case anymore. So I don't know. For me, I don't necessarily think agents are going to be the best investment for 2025. I think there's a lot of risks that go into it. I think they are already pretty pumped up, pretty inflated, and agents is not necessarily something I would be going for in 2024. But again, if I was going to be going towards agents, I would be going for stuff like the Daryls, stuff like Number K, stuff that's going to have genuine demand even if new agents come out, and something that people are still going to like and enjoy even if new agents come out. Next, somebody said they were investing into the Koi Hollow from Copenhagen. Now, again, Koi Hollow is a very, very good looking sticker. This is actually a sticker that I've seen a lot of people craft with. I know there's a lot of cool things you can do with it, but the fact that it's borderless has just been getting absolutely killed over the past couple of years. People hate borderless right now. It's not a good sign. I definitely would not have been buying Koi stickers at the super high prices because Koi stickers were very, very, very expensive. And, these things got all the way up to $8, they're $15 over here. Even right now, they're still $5. And you have to keep in mind that when people were making money off stuff like Stockholm and Antwerp and stuff a couple of years ago, they weren't buying hollow stickers at $15 and having them go up to $100 or something like that. Like they were buying those things very, very cheap and having them go up to $4, $5, $6, $7, $10. It wasn't, not everything was the Mao Stockholm going to whatever fucking $100, $150 it was going into. A lot of stuff, Guy said, stop talking if you're not AI. A lot of the stuff was people getting stuff very, very cheap. People were not buying stuff super expensive. So I do think if you were buying Copenhagen Hollows at the super high, super inflated prices, I think you were probably just making a bad decision. I'm not really surprised that people have been losing money off this. I do think, honestly, Koi is pretty cool, but it's also a sticker that we could see more of in the future. We could see more borderless stickers in the future. There's just so much risk and so much negative sentiment with borderless stickers right now. And I know some people are like, oh, I love to buy stuff when there's negative sentiment. I'd love to buy stuff when the prices are down. And if you're one of those people and you're going to be able to hold for, 5-10 years, whatever, maybe you'll make money off the Koi Copenhagen Hollow. I don't know. But for me personally, I don't really think that buying borderless stickers is the best opportunity or the best idea right now, because we might be getting some more borderless stickers in 2025. As disgusting, as unfortunate as that sounds and seems, it seems very, very possible, but we'll have to wait and see. Again, somebody said they were investing in Koi Hollows. That's not going to be something I'm investing in 2025. Another person said they were going to be going for Antwerp Contenders autograph capsules. Now, I think this is pretty interesting. You can see here, obviously, the autograph Contenders capsule from Antwerp has the Rocks sticker in it, and I do think that is pretty cool. Obviously, Rocks is an amazing sticker. I've had a ton of Rocks hollows. Actually, I had a guy come to me while I was cash trading, and he wanted to sell me like 30 Rocks hollows or something like that. So I've owned a fair amount of Rocks hollows. I've traded a couple from other people as well. And the Rocks hollow is still really, really cool. Even at a time when borderless stickers are absolute shit and nobody wants them or whatever, Rocks hollow still is holding some pretty high, pretty significant, pretty impressive prices. They still sell really, really fast. They are still an insanely liquid item. But again, borderless stickers and stuff from Antwerp, it's like, this has just been going down. In the past year, these things were actually down 20%. Now, does that mean this is an interesting opportunity to buy the dip? Are people sleeping on stuff like this a little bit too much? It's possible. People might be sleeping on Antwerp because, yes, borderless is insanely overflooded right now, and borderless is everywhere, and people hate it. But the thing is, Antwerp did not have the insane supplies of something like Paris. Antwerp and Stockholm had those way, way, way lower supply numbers. And I honestly think that something like Antwerp, which I think I saw Antwerp capsules are like 25 cents now. Like, that's just absolutely insane. But buying into something like this on a dip could actually be pretty interesting, because I do think in the long run, Rocks Hollow is still a great looking sticker. Rocks is always something people are going to be chasing after. Rocks is still holding up its value pretty well. I don't know. If I was going to be investing into borderless stuff at this time, I would be looking at Antwerp and Stockholm stuff. And honestly, of all the borderless investments and possibilities out there, Antwerp Contenders autograph capsule might be one of the best ones. Am I going to be investing in Antwerp Contenders autograph capsules? No. But if you did, I can respect it. I at least can see the vision. I can see the potential. So I don't know. It's not somewhere that I'm going to be necessarily going, but I don't think it's the worst either. Somebody asked about the Shanghai viewer pass. Now, this is interesting to me. Do I think this is a good long-term investment? No, but do I think it was an okay investment if you bought them during the major? And do I think this might be a way to make some money during future majors? Yeah, possibly. Now, what's interesting is we saw the Copenhagen viewer pass do insanely well. Now, the reason that this, if you guys don't know about this, the reason that the Copenhagen viewer pass did so insanely well and has such high prices, it's sitting at $27 right now, was because for the past major stuff like Paris and stuff like Stockholm and Antwerp, the viewer passes were for sale for a long time. Even after the major ended, you could still buy the viewer passes for a long time. But for Copenhagen, this was the first major where they kind of cut it off, like right when the major ended or very shortly after the major ended, they cut off the Copenhagen viewer passes. So a ton of people thought they were going to have more time to buy them. A ton of people thought they were going to have more time to invest in them. And just the amount of time to buy them was actually much shorter, which means the supply is going to be shorter. And it was unexpected. So these things went from $10 to $30 to $61 to, $65. But that was obviously some short-term craziness, and since then they've just kind of gone down over the past 6 months. You can see they're down pretty big. They're down only 3% in the past 6 months, I guess, but from those all-time highs, they are now down 63%. So if you were able to buy these things at $10, you did very, very well. But we have seen that these prices just kind of continue to drop. They're not they're not like slowly increasing. This isn't like a good looking graph. Now again, with Shanghai, we've seen kind of a similar thing. This viewer pass sale did end early. We saw that nice little price bump. These things went from $10 to $15. But the thing is, this wasn't as unexpected this time. People were kind of expecting the pass to be cut short again. Now, obviously, you were able to still make some money. You were able to make 50%, going from $10 to $15. But do I think this is going to go to $60 or $100 or $150 like we saw with the Copenhagen? No, because this is now the second time. People expected a little bit more. Now, one of the good things for the Shanghai passes is that the coin looks really, really good, because ultimately at the end of the day, the only thing you can get from these viewer passes is the coin. You're going to get a bronze coin if you buy and redeem one of these passes. The Shanghai coin does look really, really good, so it could have some value and potential there. But, we can go look at some of the other passes real quick, something like the Stockholm viewer pass, and we can see that in the past year, this is up 25%. So he's actually done pretty well. But all time, the graph doesn't look that amazing. Yeah, it went from $10 to $27 in like 3 years. That's fine. That's not that insane. So even some of the older viewer passes that had way lower supplies than stuff like Paris and Copenhagen and Shanghai, they've been okay. But do I think Shanghai is a great long-term investment? No. But if you were buying Shanghai passes for $10 during the Shanghai Major, I would have said that was fine, but I wouldn't be buying Shanghai passes now. Somebody else said they were going to be investing in Stockholm, which I thought was pretty interesting. I am a big believer in the Stockholm Contenders capsule. I love this Contenders capsule. I really think that this is one of the best sticker capsules in the entire game as far as the stuff that you can get from it. Shanghai, or the Sharks, not Shanghai Sharks, but the Sharks, super sick sticker, really underrated, looks great. You have the camo phase, which is really cool. You have Tai Lu, you have Copenhagen Flames, you have Entropic, you have Godsend, you have so many unique stickers, so many good looking stickers, so many really, really cool stickers. Like, as far as borderless stickers go, the Stockholm Contenders is like S++++ tier. But guess what? That doesn't mean you've been making money recently. That doesn't mean there's, this thing's down 70% in the past year, which is just absolutely disgusting. But if you think that borderless is going to have a renaissance, if you think borderless is going to have a resurgence, if you think at some point in 2025, Valve is going to put out bordered stickers and borderless hype is going to come back and borderless excitement is going to come back, I do think the Stockholm Contenders capsule is one of the best places. And I think it's going to be one of the first places to rebound and have a nice little resurgence. But do I think that's going to happen in 2025? Do I think it's a worthwhile investment in 2025? No. I do own more Stockholm Contenders capsules than I would like to admit, and more than I would like to own. Again, they were down 70% in 2024. I lost a lot of money on them, but you don't lose until you sell. I'm holding on to them. I don't know if I'm ever going to make any money off them. I don't know if they're ever going to rebound, but I do think this capsule is really, really good. I do like this capsule. It's a really fun one to open. You can get a ton of cool stuff. But do I think it's a great investment for 2025? No, I do not. I do think if I was going to be investing in Stockholm stuff, one of the ways or places I would be going would potentially be the 2021 Challengers Patch Pack. Now, this was down 25% in 2024, but I think a little bit unfairly. Now, patches saw this major pump and this major dump in 2024, but I do think patches are something that could see a bounce back in 2025. And again, this is a discontinued item. We aren't getting major patches anymore, so I do think that patches will maybe have a little bit of a bounce back in 2025. So if I was going to be buying Stockholm stuff or any major related items, one of the places I would be going was to the Stockholm Challengers Patch Pack or the Stockholm Contenders Patch Pack. Finally, the last item we have here is the sticker capsule 2. This is also something that somebody said. Now, in the past year, we saw the sticker capsule 2 go down 23%. We saw it have some really, really random big spikes up during times where, crafting became more popular. We saw obviously the 5X craft patch put out this year. We saw, people being able to put out new stuff, but sticker capsule 2 is really, really cool. Obviously it has the crown foil in it, and the crown foil has gotten absolutely murdered over the past year. So I do think unless they buff the crown foil, or unless they fix the crown foil, or unless excitement starts coming back to the crown foil, sticker capsule 2 is something I would probably be staying away from. I know it's a really, really cool and iconic item, and yeah, it has this really insane graph, but again, a lot of these gains were at times during times when people actually cared more about the crown foil, and right now there's so many haters for the crown foil and so many people who don't really give a shit about it. So yeah, I don't know, this is something I would be staying away from. But overall, these were your ideas. Again, I got these ideas from you guys for the best potential CS2 investments for 2025. I hope you guys did enjoy this. Like I said, this was live streamed on YouTube. We cracked over 110, 115, 120 viewers during this stream. It was super, super fun, super, super exciting. Make sure you guys subscribe, become a channel member, do all that stuff, and we'll definitely be streaming more in 2025. Again, is it going to be on YouTube? Is it going to be on Twitch? We'll have to see. We'll have to, figure all that out. But thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it a ton. Hopefully we catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.